Just for clarity, whole club selling.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we'll be watching the dynamic Tyreek Hill. There were no answers for him a week ago, going well over 100 yards with several stops in the end zone. It's the Dolphins in the Pats.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Taken at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Patriots offense set to go to work with Mac Jones at quarterback in his third season now out of Alabama.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
Jones looking to throw it on the first play. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. The numbers for Smith-Schuster in that game last week: 6 catches, 51 yards, and a touchdown.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
Second down and 3. Now Jones. This complete to a man they went against in practice for years, Devontae Parker. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England first down.
Catching a first down from Parker, who you might remember was dealt in division to the Patriots from Miami before last season. Settled into his role as the team's deep threat, averaging over 17 yards per reception.
Elliott on first down, going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. And there on your screen, Charles, the key inactives guys out this week.
And there's never anything good about any injury, but there's a silver lining to them. Is that it creates opportunity for someone else on the depth chart. Will they take advantage of it with good play? Or have they not prepared well, thinking they'll never get on the field, and they'll go out there and hurt their team?
Throwing Jones. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. You talk about this Miami defense. Against the pass, they've had some issues. Ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
What they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against some people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league. So there's the conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 39. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 39-yard line. Off the play fake. Jones. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. They'll make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as they'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game. So on 4th down, here's Bryce Behringer on to punt for the Patriots. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Now Tua Tagovailoa gets set to lead this Dolphins offense for the first time.
And he comes off an incredible performance in the opener, 5 touchdown passes. Now look, you always want to start strong, but I think that's more than anyone, including himself, could have expected.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at about the 32. Now the rookie third-round pick. It's Devon Achane. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. He was a third-round pick, not rounds 1 or 2, but this franchise, they think he can be something with time.
There were a few teams that thought he would go in the first round, late in the first round. He ends up sliding to the 3rd. So a lot of teams think now maybe this group got a steal. They've got a chance to have a really good player here if he can develop.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Tua now on 1st down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. So nothing doing there. And it's 2nd down. The Dolphins 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And this would be quite a start for them if they could win 2 straight on the road.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't do him any favors. They gave him 2 road games right out of the gate. But the thinking on the team has to be, imagine if we win these 2 games. What a setup for the rest of the season for us.
1st down, they go back to Achane. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
It's 2nd and inches at the Patriots 17-yard line.
From the gun, it's Tua. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there, and now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter. As they come up now, 2nd and goal. In motion, Hill. Now he's going to get it on the jet sweep. And that one never got off the ground. He's going to be stopped up well behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Nothing open downfield. He had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has a little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, something like that neighborhood. Good pickup by Elliott. What's a down year for Zeke? Is a great year for most NFL backs. Had career lows in carries and yards, but still ranked in or near the top 20 league-wide. And, of course, remained a productive scorer with 12 touchdowns.
And he muscled his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
Off play action. Jones. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Back to throw. Jones. And a throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Here's Bryce Behringer now. And this returnable for Hill. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Here's A-Chain to begin the drive. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big 1st down to get away from the end zone. Looking to pass. Tua. Got a man. It's Berrios complete. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. Now their 31-year-old running back, Raheem Mostert. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
He had to fight for every yard on that run, shook himself free of the tackle, and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
And he's got the 1st as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
18 on the play. And the Dolphins 1st down.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
On 2nd down, a run by A-Chain. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. The all-pro return man Marcus Jones deep for New England. Taking it about the 16. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Patriots take over. New England's offense set to go. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the 1st half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jones over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down. Here's Bryce Behringer on now to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Watch out for Hill on the return. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline.
Down the left sideline.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
He's tough to contain as it is, but in man coverage with a pretty deep pass downfield, really tough to contain.
And it's so difficult because every play you've got to consider he might try and run past you. So your goal as a defensive back is to give him plenty of cushion, meaning lots of space between you and him. If he wants to catch the short stuff, come up and secure the tackle, hit him a bunch during the game, and try and keep him in front. But if you turn your head for a second, if your concentration wanes,
bye-bye.
He just takes off and goes. And I think that's what we just saw there.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows to 10-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
No run back here for Jones. A touchback.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. Jones now throwing on 1st down. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Jones on 1st and 10.
Pass on the out route caught by Smith-Schuster.
Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 1st half.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Jones throw taken in by Bourne.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Call it a gain of 14 for the 2nd play in a row. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again.
Open man, that's Henry.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 2nd down. And quickly they get to the line. Powering forward.
They'll get this out wide here to Elliott.
And with just 4 seconds left in this 1st half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick here is good. And they get the themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. Maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal can change the fortunes of a team, and they could come out and look real sharp in the second half.
So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was the visiting Packers who were able to come in and win this one on the road. Aaron Jones, a touchdown run in the victory. From there, it's up to Highmark Stadium to check in on the Bills. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Raiders. Josh Allen, 3 touchdown passes as his guys bounced back from the defeat on opening weekend. And finally, on Monday night, our first doubleheader of the year. Saints-Panthers at 7:15 Eastern, followed by Cleveland-Pittsburgh an hour later. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way. Our two teams making their final preparations for the second half. And as they do, we send it back out to Foxborough, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They were victorious over the Chargers last week, and now they work with a lead again here as they come up 1st and 10. A short throw there, that's to Smythe, the tight end. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. Tua going to throw. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. Here's 2nd and 10. H.A. now up the middle. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Tua sets up to pass it. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Tackle made by Adrian Phillips.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Tua's throw is taken in by Waddle. And Waddle going to have a Dolphins first down as the tackle made down at the 33. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Now Tua. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
On play action, here's Tua. They'll swing this out wide. Here's A-Chain. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Caught that one from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 17-yard line. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Tua setting up shop to throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hill. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. This 2nd and 4.
Brings us 2nd and 4 at the 12-yard line.
Play action. Now it's Tua. Dancing to his left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Devon A-Chain with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 17-3. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that can make this a 3-possession game.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Throwing Jones. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, Elliott. Well, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Now Hill to return it. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Miami's offense set and ready to go. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Looking to pass. Tua. Eluding the pressure right. That is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw complete there to Berrios. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. Tagovailoa going to try and throw on third down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And the Patriots are right back in this football game. And a nice play there defensively. And this is a new acquisition, Charles. You and I were talking about it pregame. Just signed as a free agent earlier this week.
Love when they pick up those guys with something to prove. Because any guy who's a free agent off the street, no one else wanted him. So he wants to prove to the rest of the league, you should have signed me first.
Now a throw here to his running back. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that'll make it second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw into the hands of Henry here. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
Well, Parker, I would say just avoid play action. But that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time now. Here's Jones. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down, and the Dolphins get the football in great field position.
All right, come on.
Hill going to go in motion right. He'll get it here on the jet sweep, and that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. They complete it to Hill. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 17-yard line.
Solo left Zion. 20, TX.
Here's Tua. And he'll complete this one to Barrios. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. 4th down now after a loss of 2. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. Escaping the pressure right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs.
Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 16.
Out of the gun, he'll throw.
Open man here, the tight end Henry. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now Jones.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got them this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones. Short pass caught by Henry. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down.
That is caught. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10.
Jones. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds.
Complete to Juju Smith-Schuster. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Now 2nd down and a few inches. Now Jones.
And this is caught down for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown.
Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up.
Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here's 3rd and 9. Now Tagovailoa. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And sensing the momentum, maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. So now Jones and the Patriots
trailing 17-10, less than 90 seconds to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down.
Jones.
Short pass caught by Henry. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so, but it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
Yeah, he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout. Here's Jones.
He's got Elliott, and he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one, got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. It may be a little short of the 1st down, but I thought that was the key.
To throw is Jones. That throw right side here going to be incomplete.
How about the call to come with a blitz there in this situation?
And some of those calls happen just because of what they do on offense. So when they send out a number of people in the pattern, sometimes they just make a change on defense, say, okay, we'll come after you instead. And that's exactly what they did.
And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first.
Final minute, one timeout remaining. 1st and 10.
Open receiver here, complete, it's Parker.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Here's Jones to throw.
Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win.
Don't forget the extra point.
This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Tua.
Flush to his right.
A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. Now Tua. And that's going to be incomplete.
Free football, 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So it's the Patriots who will have first crack at it as we're back underway here in overtime. And Marcus Jones going to elect to bring this one out. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. New England trying to get a place on offense. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Throwing Jones.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down carry by Elliott. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Jones.
Quick throw there is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's fourth down. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and that changes everything here in OT.
Oh, that's so deflating, Brandon, because you know he was thinking to himself, just give me a shot. Just put us in a position to win the game, and I'll get it done. With this kick, not on target, and we'll keep going here.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he's got room. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. A give up the middle to H.A. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at the concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans streaming out unhappy. But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, Davis.
I kind of figured that was coming.
So for Miami, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.